Kenyans have always avoided occupying or visiting these places for good reasons. They are among the most haunted places in Kenya, with scary stories of dark and mysterious occurrences. Here are the top 10 most haunted places in Kenya. Number 1. The Ruu Haunted House. Built in 1990, this house has now been vacant for the last 30 years due to the fears of gene infestations and presence of paranormal activity. The house is in Ruiru town, on the outskirts of Nairobi. It has dirty, dusty, broken windows and spacious compounds covered with weeds, while the field roof is overgrown with grass. The owner of the building is believed to have owned an apartment along Ronald Ngala Street in the Nairobi Central Business District that collapsed in 2005, claiming several lives. The spirits of the casualties then followed the owner to his premises, hence making the house haunted. The ghostly occupants are reported to be hostile to outsiders and even fight back when attacked. In a case reported in 2020, after some residents, out of curiosity, decided to visit the building. They decided to go inside the house, and that is when the trouble began. The residents said that they moved into one of the rooms, which they discovered was well furnished with normal house and appliances. Trouble started when they opened one of the cabinets, which was filled with kitchenware. Suddenly, cooking sticks and spoons therein started hitting them, making them flee. They were in for shock when they discovered that the gate was locked and they could not flee. Despite shouting for help, residents could not respond to their distress calls, as they knew too well the history of the residents. Number 2. The Menengai Crater. The legend have it that the Menengai Crater was a battleground between the Maasai clans. According to the story, Laikipia Maasai warriors were killed being thrown over the edge of the crater. Because of this, locals believe that the crater is haunted by spirits of 60,000 Laikipia Maasai warriors, hence the name Kirima Kiagoma, meaning place of devils in Kikuyu. They also say that the steam rising from the bottom of the caldera is indeed souls trying to find their way to heaven. To confirm these speculations, a team traveled to Menengai Crater and explored the paranormal phenomenon that spook even the bravest of people. The team found evidence of multiple strange occurrences. Their EVP in brackets, electronic voice phenomenon evidence, yielded much more unmistakable evidence during the team investigations in one of the enclosed caves. A woman singing could even be heard with their naked ear. No one was reported to be or near the cave during the time. To ascertain this, watch the movie Destinations of Truth by Josh Gates. It has also been reported that many people visiting the crater have disappeared without trace. Other people claim to have lost directions for hours or even days, only to be found wandering around the trenches. Number 3. The Haunted Pillar of Maraki. Standing 50 feet tall, the Haunted Pillar is considered to be the second oldest monument after Fort Jesus. Local folklore tells of an ancient Arab spirit with powerful magical healing abilities which resides within its walls. Others also believe that this 300-year-old pillar may have been the tomb of an important person. Women all over the world come to perform fertility rituals at the base of the pillar in hope of bearing children. The sick also visit the place with the hope that they will get cured. Number 4. The Indestructible Karok. Now considered a shrine by many since time immemorial, Kamba elders have journeyed from far to offer sacrifices to their gods at the designated shrine known locally as Idembo. In the 1970s, engineers constructing the Kangudo-Nairobi highway wanted to move the shrine so that the road could pass through the hill. This sparked furious protests from the Kamba elders. After appeasement sacrifices, compromising of a bag of sugar and 2 goats, the elders finally agreed to move the shrine to another part of the hill. That did not work. After long and hard struggle to put up the road, the engineers finally had to abandon the route. It seemed strange, for an unknown power prevented the blasting of the rock. In a case reported in the early 2000s, a tourist had pitched a tent on the lonely Kamarok Hill. One night in the wee hours, he was aroused from sleep by the wails of a child. The child voice said, "Ma'am, we will soon have to leave this place. They are destroying our home." The mother comforted the child, saying, "No, my son, we will continue staying here." The first night the man heard this, he ignored it and went back to sleep. The conversations, however, continued for 2 more nights. When the man, an Israeli contractor, shared his concern with the workers, they downed the tools and the work stopped. Numerous unused holes abandoned on the rock is a testimony of the bizarre occurrences. And lastly, on number 5, we have the shape-shifting Oniri Swamp. Oniri Swamp is the second deepest wetlands in Africa after Douala in Cameroon. There have been stories of people sinking in the swamp and their bones found in Nakuru, Mombasa, or Naivasha. The swamp is located in Kiambu County, Kenya. Every step you take around the area gives you a sensation of sinking. You might think that you will end up in the bottom, yet no one sinks. The water is also said to have healing powers, hence attracting people from traditional religions who come to breathe in the waters as they pray.